Oh, yes! Welcome to Manchester United, Anthony Martial!
Go.
Hello guys, welcome to the Bench Podcast. And what episode number is, I don't quite know.
I think we're like question like episode like 10 or something like that. I would be surprised.
I don't know, it's more than that. I think it's about 12, I think. But anyway, just want to quickly add, I hope everyone's staying safe and listening to the guidelines. Obviously, I know it's still difficult situations at the moment. It's not easy with the nice weather, but hopefully, the quicker everyone does what we're told, and hopefully we can get back out and start doing it in the studio again. But it's probably going to be another couple of months. But we're still here providing content for you guys, so hopefully you're enjoying it. Obviously, we're joined by Ethan and George again. Say hello, guys.
Hello.
Obviously, at the moment, I know without no football, it's not easy, but there are still some interesting news topics that we're going to bring you today. A few little things we're going to go on, and also we're going to be talking about FIFA as well. Now, obviously, we haven't really mentioned it a lot, but we're going to talk about what we like about FIFA and what.
Whoa, Kingy, we've got to talk about the Newcastle first.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I just said. I said the news stories and FIFA.
Oh, okay.
I'm on about just saying about what we like about FIFA, what things we think we're looking forward to next year, and stuff. Just general, really.
Also, what you can improve on it as well, because while there is good things about FIFA, there are some really infuriating stuff, really.
Yeah. Exactly. So, obviously, the first topic we're going to jump straight into it is obviously over the last week we've had a takeover for Newcastle with the Saudi Arabian owners.
I'm trying to find some like the facts about it.
I think probably I'd say for most Newcastle fans, they probably thought, this is going to be yet another takeover rumour where nothing will happen. We'll be stuck with Mike Ashley, and it'll be the same old story like every time. But this time it seems like it's close to being completed, really. I mean, especially in this current climate with the virus, I think Mike Ashley, the way Mike Ashley is, he'd obviously want to make as much money as he can. And because there's not much money going around at the moment, I'd say he'd maybe look to try and sell for a bit less than what he would be selling if it was a normal situation.
Well, it's not like he's got no money, is it? So he could sell the club. So it's not really
yeah.
Like I don't know. It was ages ago when I heard about it, but like I thought it might come to a shock about it to you, but I've always felt sorry for Mike Ashley.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Why have you felt sorry for him?
Because scumbag.
You should see the way he's treated customers.
No, but the thing is though, with Mike Ashley, he's not a billionaire. He's like a millionaire.
Yeah,
and people, yeah.
What we're at.
Yeah, no, but think about it though. People expect Mike Ashley to be banging out the signings of like all the big clubs to put Newcastle back to where they were. But at the end of the day, can he even afford it?
Well, they spent a lot of money. They spent a lot of money last time, so wouldn't they?
Then it begs the question: why is he at the club in the first place if he knows he can't compete?
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably why he's looking into selling the club now.
Well, to be fair, he's been trying to sell up for quite a few years. I mean, I think
exactly.
even as far back as like 2009, I think he was looking to try and move on, but for whatever reason, he decided to stay and try and like fix basically a sinking ship. Obviously, Newcastle have been relegated a couple of times since then, and obviously now they're in a position where they need to really sell up in order to stay in the Premier League and keep competing.
So I've got some facts here. So it's going to be a 300 million takeover by the Saudi-led corporation. So like there's some Premier League clubs that are against it. I know Man United's against it, and I'm sure these were the owners that were looking into signing United as well. But obviously they're looking at Newcastle now.
I mean, obviously for these owners, obviously Newcastle's quite a marketable club. To be fair, it's one of the iconic teams in the Premier League in English football. You've got the kit, you've got the fans, the stadium, you've got the legendary players. So it's a good investment for them. But whether or not taking it the right way, who knows?
Well, the thing is with Newcastle, I think it also provides a good challenge for owners as well. I mean, obviously, as owners as Newcastle, probably one of the biggest team in the North East at the moment. Obviously, they're struggling to get anything above mid-table. If we get a bit of money in and, do what Man City did maybe, they could possibly get higher up the league in the next couple of seasons.
I think they could. I think they could do, definitely.
I think next season, I don't think it will happen straight away, but if they can get some good core players in, I think the next season you can see them maybe challenging for Europe and maybe pushing on above them. Because I know a lot of people say Newcastle is a big club, but they haven't really won much. But so this could be the time really where they could start pushing the big teams and maybe start challenging for silverware, which is obviously what the fans want.
Yeah. Here's a question for you two then. Do you think Steve Bruce is the right person to lead Newcastle on?
I think he'll be sacked by him personally.
I agree with that. Yeah, he'll be. They'll let once they come in, they'll give him a season, and I think they'll.
But the thing is, though, I don't think you can afford to give him a season because is Steve Bruce realistically used to spending? Let's be honest, like if it's anywhere near to what Man City had, if we're going to compare it, let's see what Man City had. How much Man City spent in the first season?
This season, Newcastle spent quite a lot of money. They spent £40 million on Joe Linton. That's a lot of money.
He's already delivered though, has he?
No, but also the one about money. They spent a lot of money. I don't know how much Williams was. How much is Williams?
He was on a loan. He was a loan deal. Williams.
No, Almiron was a lot of money.
That was from that was from the January window, wasn't it? But St Maximin was this window.
Exactly. So they've signed players that obviously are quite reasonably expensive. And to be fair, St Maximin was not a bad sign. I'm not give that. But,
You're not cutting out a bit,
I can see this what Wolves did. They got like a new owner, so I can see they get them like a foreign manager that's like playing football like Nuno does, someone like that.
Well, there was rumours that Benitez would be coming back if the new owners came in, but I don't think that'll happen now. But that was an early rumour.
I think Newcastle fans would be happy with that if that was the case.
Oh yeah, they would. Yeah, they loved him.
To be fair,
I think Benitez would be the right person for the job.
To be fair, if Benitez come back, Newcastle would be a serious ball if they got the right signing.
But then again, you have seen in the past, it's not like money brings success automatically.
Well, you're not far off. Put it like that. You're not far off.
Well, but I know exactly about with Man City, for example. It's not like they just bought players and then those all of a sudden title contenders. You need to bring in the right backroom staff. You need to bring in heavy recruitment in, good scouts.
City were taken over in 2008, and then they started signing players like Robinho, Tevez,
David Silva,
Company, De Jong.
By the 2010-11 season, Ethan, they finished third. So it was only 2 seasons, and they were challenging for Champions League and stuff like that.
Where was they before?
Middle to bottom half the table.
The season they got taken over, they finished 11th, and then the season after that, I think they finished 4th. I think. Or 6th.
I can't remember.
But then you got to look like now. I don't like I've said in the past, like the Premier League itself isn't as competitive. Like people challenging for the Premier League isn't as competitive as before. But as we're seeing now, the challenge for top 4 is as competitive as it's ever been, really.
I mean, they'll eventually come a point where you think eventually there'll come a point where most Premier League clubs will be owned by, I'd say, at least millionaires, and then eventually they'll try and even it out again. But at the moment, it's a bit awkward for a lot of teams.
You know what's really interesting now, though?
Go on.
I can't think, like, you got teams, like, obviously, as a United fan, people aren't as happy with the Glazers. I don't think there's anyone out there now that could physically buy Man United.
The only reason why they're not happy with the Glazers even is because they're in so much debt.
Well, yeah.
They bought the club based on loans, didn't they?
Yeah, they took loans out to buy Man United.
To be fair to
put the debts on us.
To be fair, Ethan, we have spent a lot of money, so they can't really accuse us of not giving them money.
No, but, well, obviously, I hate I don't want this to be about Man United, it's about Newcastle at the end of the day. But the reason why people are annoyed at the Glazers is Manchester United. They earn billions and billions of pounds through like, sponsorship deals and everything, and we're only signing players for and we're being stingy with the amount of money that we're buying players for. We shouldn't realistically, yeah. But
maybe in the summer we might start. Well, if there's a window in the summer, but
there will be a window.
I actually think United will be one of the few teams will be spending loads of money during that window because of all what's happening.
Yeah,
because your squad needs probably the biggest overweight of most teams, I'd say, in the top half.
Definitely.
But yeah.
Well, I think we need a few players.
Anyway, we're going off topic. It's going to be Man United podcast again, which we need to stop.
Okay, so to finish off with Newcastle, I just want a quick one. Where do you think, if Newcastle get taken over, where do you think they'll finish next season?
10.
Well, it depends. Again, it depends who they're signed. That's the big thing. But depending on I'd say they could get maybe at least Europa League spot.
Okay, so if Steve Bruce, where do you think they'll finish? And if they bring another manager, where do you think they'll finish? You want to go first?
Go on, you go first. Can you?
I think they'll finish
with Steve Bruce. Where do you think you'll finish?
Yeah,
Steve Bruce. I think I'll finish lower mid table, like about 11th.
What about
even if they brought someone in that's got the thing? I think wouldn't be much higher, 9th, 10th.
Seriously?
Wow. Yeah, because even if they get a takeover in this year, they still won't be able to sign players that will probably be able to compete with the likes of Leicester, Wolves, maybe Everton. But the highest they finish, I think for me, will be like 9th. And then maybe next season they might do a bit better if they get some more players in.
Okay. Again, it all depends on who they buy, though. I mean, obviously, if they sign, say, 2 or 3, maybe not world class, but on the brink of world class, then it could all be completely different.
World class player, you're not going to go on be managed by Steve Bruce, are you?
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's another. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that depends on who the manager is as well.
True.
Where do you think they'll finish, Bennett, with Steve Bruce and without Steve Bruce?
With Steve Bruce, I'd say same mid-table, 10th, something like that. If they had a manager, say, if Benitez came back.
Or Pochettino, for example.
Pochettino's been linked. I think he's been linked with them, to be fair. I'd say maybe Europa League spot, maybe like a 5th, 6th, something like that.
5th? God.
It depends. Again, it depends how much they bring into the club money-wise, how much they're willing to spend.
Wolves I think Wolves and Leicester will still finish in the next season.
So it's all
struggling.
at this point.
No, I think they'll beat them next season because I think Wolves and Leicester will
I'm just going to it'll make it a lot more interesting, really.
And obviously, the only thing with that is, if it does happen, you'll have some fans are saying, is it right for Newcastle to be owned by these Saudi Arabian owners who might say have? Because there's been lots of rumours that they've had human rights abusive records and.
That was a lot of things that are coming out when they're thinking of signing United. A lot of people weren't.
Yeah, the Samsung City as well, don't they? That's another with that.
Yeah, but they're not owned by Saudi Arabian owners.
Who aren't?
City aren't?
Yeah, I know that.
Abu Dhabi. No, yeah, you're right.
Abu Dhabi haven't got a bad human rights record. Not that I know of, yeah.
So you got lucky there.
I think there's still rumours going around, but anyway, it's what it is, isn't it?
I think they've got a really good chance of maybe. Well, it really depends on other clubs. I think obviously because of the coronavirus, money will be an issue for some clubs that don't have money.
Yeah,
and who are heavily dependent on people coming in to watch football matches. That would be really interesting.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It might work out. It might work out lucky because obviously, probably due to the virus, a lot of players will be worth less because of this virus. So
fees will go down. Yeah.
So maybe Newcastle might be able to get high quality signings on the cheap, basically.
For 20-30 million, so that won't be too bad early on, and then I could build from that.
If I was Newcastle, I think they just need to stay away from buying like, oh yeah, let's buy Mbappe, let's buy Cavani, let's buy all these star players. They just need to make a team at the end of the day.
Yeah, they won't get. I don't think they're getting Mbappe. To be fair.
Yeah, we don't know which money they got.
Nah. They build. I think they build their infrastructure before they do anything else. I'd say they need to build their youth systems.
Try and sign loads of brilliant players. Like, just build the squad up over a couple of seasons.
You'd hope so. You'd hope so.
Yeah, it was similar to how Wolves have done their squad, really.
But that's what you need. You need a manager who's got a project and who's got.
Yeah. But Steve Bruce hasn't got that.
Well,
fair, I think
he's prepared for his relegation. That's all he's prepared for.
I think Nuno, personally, I think he's one of the better managers in the league. I'd say top 5 for me.
Yeah, I pretty agree.
You got Klopp, Guardiola, and you've probably got.
I'd say, to be quite honest, I'd say he's the third best manager in the league.
Who?
Yeah.
Santo?
Nuno? Yeah.
Really?
I'd say so.
Well, Mourinho is a bit of a dinosaur now, isn't he? So
well, I think Mourinho's lost it a little bit. But
exactly. So you can't really. If I'm comparing them on form now, I'd say he's more fair. You got Rodgers, haven't you? Rodgers is probably a bit better.
Big Brendan.
Top 5, I'd say. On top of I wouldn't say in order, but in top 5, I'd say Klopp, Pep, Nuno, Rodgers, and I'd probably put Wilder in there as well.
Who'd have thought Brendan Rodgers was one of the top 5 managers in football in the Premier League?
Well, he's the right team, isn't he?
David Brent. Yeah. David Brent.
Yeah, anyway, we'll move on to another topic then now, if you want.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about FIFA then? So,
we have all had a love for FIFA from a young age.
What FIFA did you start with? Go on. What's the first one you played?
So, technically, the first FIFA I properly played was FIFA 9, but I've played loads of FIFAs before then. Like I played FIFA 98.
Yeah.
I played FIFA. I remember buying like loads of FIFAs.
Yeah.
Just to see what they were like, so I can use the old players on there. But so yeah, I played a lot of FIFA.
I'd say mine. I remember I got FIFA 03 on the. I think it's one of the first games I got.
Did you?
I think. Well, I only played a little bit of it. I didn't play too much because I wasn't that into football back then. But the first one I think I properly played was 06.
Okay.
And then I started playing them regularly from like 08 onwards, and then yeah.
What about you, Kingy? What was your first FIFA?
Well, my dad bought me a PlayStation when I was 3 years old. So, the first FIFA I properly started playing was FIFA 04.
God, you got started early.
I remember when we first started playing, like, a lot of the stadiums. Like, I remember Old Trafford was on there, and some of the big, not all of them, but like, some of the big stadiums were on there.
Big 4 stadiums are on there, I think.
Yeah, the rest of them. And obviously, then since then, I've played most FIFAs, to be honest. I played the ones 04, 5, 6. I played probably since FIFA 04, yes. I've played 16 years worth of FIFA.
Yeah.
What would you say is good with FIFA then? What's
good with it?
Yeah.
What's now?
Yeah.
Whilst the Ultimate Team's obviously probably been one of the best additions since they've added over the whole time, because obviously, like,
to make FIFA 09, that did Ultimate Team.
Make your own.
Ooh,
it was FIFA
11. Let me actually check there.
But
it was
go on. But Ultimate Team's obviously for me probably the best feature, because obviously, like, it's a dream, and it's like you can make your own team up and like all good players.
Yeah, FIFA 9.
Obviously, there's a bit of like. Obviously, having a bit with the chemistry in it as well is quite good, because obviously, if it was just like there was no chemistry, people could just go out and buy like any of the best players, it just would get a bit stupid then. But like with the chemistry, and you have to balance it. Like, you can have world class players, but you also have to have like good players in as well. Not just like constantly focus on the world class players. I mean, obviously, I know some people do, and obviously get lucky with chemistry and all that, but obviously they swept the game massively.
Yeah.
But it's like Ultimate Team is definitely a good feature. Career mode over the years has got a little bit worse.
I think career mode's been awful. Since I'd say since FIFA 09. Like FIFA 14, I think, is when they started to try to change a bit with it. Like once it went to PS4, but since then it's been the same.
I think as soon as FIFA knew they could make money out of Ultimate Team. They just scrapped everything.
Career mode was just it's just a secondary. It's just it's second night. It's just second to.
I just hope next year that they do something properly with career mode. Like me and Ethan were saying before we came on, like, online career mode. Like, so basically, we could do a career mode.
Hold there.
That's the ideal.
Okay, how we probably do it? Name, let's say 3 things that FIFA could do to make it a better game. Because you see, like games like for example, like Madden. I think their career mode's a lot better.
NBA, the NBA game,
yeah,
brilliant. I don't play them often, but the 2K NBA game.
And also, like, at the end of the day, it's the same company, so why can't they put the same effort that they're doing in the other games? So, but 3 things you think you could change FIFA to make it better.
Should we do individual? So it's like, can you do 3? I'll do 3. You do 3. Or...
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll start then. So obviously, online career mode, that would be like the best thing because obviously you can play with your mates in the same season as you. So basically, we can pick. Like, actually, to be fair, I'll say me and a few of my mates are doing a bit of a challenge at the moment. Obviously, not in online career mode, but like together. Obviously, I made up a challenge just to try and get something to do over lockdown. It would be cool if we could do with your mates in an online season. So you could pick a certain league and then just see how you go from there. And then you can obviously judge other people's progress by looking at it, which would be really good. And that would make a big difference. Secondly, I think transfers need to be a bit more realistic as well. I just think,
some are stupid. I've seen a couple.
I think, to be fair, and also I think as well, there's too many because like I go on the transfer deadline day now, and people are spending like nearly 600 million. You know what I mean? You don't get that on. It's a lot more hard. You know, I think it should be a lot harder to sign players or more difficult anyway.
More depth, basically.
Yeah.
I remember I saw one recently. I think it was Andy Robertson had signed for Bayern Munich, but that wouldn't happen. Why would he go to Bayern Munich?
Exactly. And just like Vardy went to Leverkusen on mine, that's just like a bit unrealistic. So,
that's silly. Yeah.
They should maybe look at more realistic transfers, or maybe like base it a little bit off like real life. So have a look who's been linked to places. You know, maybe like I have a few surprises in there because it's always good. But maybe like just more realistic signings. Let's say like someone from the Bundesliga might go to Bayern, or bigger team. Something like that. Just I think something like that. And I think the third thing, I think also. I'm trying to think. I mean, one thing I do like they added the Champions League Europa League. That was quite a nice feature.
They used to that for ages, to be fair, because that's the only thing that was holding them back from pace.
Yeah, I agree. That was a good feature, but we know that. But I think another one is just I'd like to have a few more things to do, not the actual like main hub, like a bit like Football Manager these days, like something like interpret something like that, because Football Manager obviously is a lot more in depth, and it's
I think that's why Football Manager have got a bigger community because of how in depth it goes into. But obviously, like me and Ben have got the PC version, Kingy's got the mobile version. The amount of depth Football Manager goes into is absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, I understand why people might prefer FIFA to Football Manager because obviously Football Manager is quite intense, it's quite in depth, and for some people it might.
And they've got the playing aspect as well.
Yeah, you can't actually play. You can only like, manage the team and do all that sort of stuff. But yeah,
but also like as well, like, obviously, like with even the Football Manager mobile version is quite reasonably in depth as well. So it's probably even more in depth than the actual FIFA game, which says something. So they need to make it a bit more. Just have new features, like just like think of something. I don't know that is difficult to say, but I'm sure they'll probably do something. But the thing is, it's just too like. They only had a little bit, and it's just not the best.
So, to be fair, what can you change about a football game year on year in year out? Because at the end of the day,
think of loads of things FIFA could do.
Really?
Loads of things.
Okay, then you go next. Then go on, you go next. And what would you add? Go on.
I think, as Kingy said, online career mode. I think that'll change FIFA, and also even if we didn't, like an online career mode. You could add things where FIFA could get money out of it. Like if you had a transfer budget for example, how many players could be in a career mode, like different personalizations you could do.
Yeah.
I think with the journey and what they did before, they could easily do a manager version of the journey, and that'd be sick. Like imagine, with the journey, it was like a DLC or something, for example, that you have to pay for, and then you start off with a lower league team, bring them up, and then different things happen. Like you get signed up by a bigger club, you can choose to sign for like bigger clubs, things like that.
Or with the choice thing, make decisions. Do you want to start that club and go to the top, or do you want to move on to the job?
Exactly.
Also, you want choice in that, don't you?
I think like with Ultimate Team, I've only been playing Ultimate Team for like honestly, but last 3 years, and I've been hooked ever since.
You've only it's not FIFA. Was it FIFA 17 or 18? You started playing it properly.
18, I started properly.
Yeah. That's when you started playing it properly.
And didn't do trading before. They can trade players.
That was in like FIFA. I think it was like FIFA 14. I think that's.
I think they need to bring it back.
15 it stopped. FIFA 15 it stopped.
They need to bring that back, honestly. Like the SBC players. Like I look at my team now. Like I got Nabry on an SBC. What if I wanted to swap him for like a legend or something like that, and the person wanted him?
Yeah, but
To be fair, honestly, I think legends in some legends in the actual game, they're not even that good. Not even.
I mean, there's I'm trying to think of. There's that. Is it Nakata, the Japanese attack? He's terrible. Looking at his stats on the games, he's awful. Like that's not something you want to really get.
Some of the high-rated players are not even that good either. I think also as well, there's too many players in real life that are kind of not even that good, but on FIFA they're amazing. That really annoys me.
Yeah. I think we just need to.
I'll give you a list of some of them. Ben Yedder, Ousmane Dembele, Inaki Williams. He's basically attacking players from Spain.
Yeah, but Kent's all decent. Like he's all right in real life. But like, Inaki Williams, okay, he's not bad, but he's not bad, but he's not one of the most OP players in FIFA should be. You know what I mean?
For me, Ben Yedder's been terrible. Honestly, I can't defend against him. It's bizarre. He's not even that good.
Well, look, that's the. I just think they need to make FIFA a bit more like inclusive to everyone, if you know what I mean, so everyone can play about. Like, imagine if you do like a co-op Ultimate Team or something like that.
No, I don't think that'd be really weird.
I just think that's what together.
You two-player. I know you can do like I play against people like two people on the same club, like facing off against you. Yeah. That's probably the closest thing you can get to that. But yeah.
They also should allow you to change your club name more than once as well.
Well, that's little things. They could easily try. What about you, Bennett? What do you change?
Okay. Right. First one. Obviously, this is a mode I've only really played since probably about 2 years. It's the same with Ethan, really. It's pro clubs.
The
whole point of pro clubs needs a complete overhaul. It's on paper the concept's really interesting and fun. It's obviously when you score, it's a whole group of everyone shouts and it's a great moment. But there's some really infuriating stuff on there.
Might do some recording in pro clubs in the future on the YouTube channel. Who knows?
Well, the non-pros, for example, they're awful.
They are.
Well, how could you change that though? It's unless you get like a whole squad of 11 of players.
I think non-pros should either be at the same level as the players on your team, or as you go up in the leagues,
they get better and better.
They get better, basically.
Yeah, so that's a good idea.
If at start at Division 9, they're the lowest rating. Division 8, they go up like another 5, for example.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, make it more like it wouldn't be like a pain. Say when you get to Division 1, you're about to win the league title. You've got your non-pros who can't outrun a 90-rated striker, and he's scored.
Or each position hasn't like an OP stat or something like that. Like, so if you had a non-pro winger, his crossing would be OP.
Yeah.
So
what division are you guys in on Ultimate Team? Division rival?
Oh, I'm in 6. I'm in Division 8. I'm doing terrible.
I'm in Division 6.
You're in Division 8?
Yeah.
What are you? What are you in?
Division 7.
7, okay.
But like my internet connection's terrible. So
Yeah. That's another thing. Servers. The servers.
oh my
shocking.
god.
Absolutely shocking.
FIFA sorted out.
Back in the day, the servers were terrible. They were really bad on the Xbox and the PlayStation 3. But once you got to the new next gen console, the Xbox One and the PS1, it improved a little bit. But then they've got.
You are?
What are you doing?
There's like a little bug. It's just got on my fingers. Just doing my head. Got rid of it.
But now, like they've gone bad again. The servers. Like there's one like me and Ethan will play on like on online friendlies.
Oh my god!
Our connection's terrible. Like I don't know why, because my internet's up fine against like, random people. I don't know what yours is like, Ethan, obviously, but it's just terrible.
Mine with random people. Like sometimes it's okay, but sometimes it's just like what's the worst is that when you're lagging, you can press a button and it'll be like 10 seconds delay. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
The worst one is when the game stops completely, and then you fast forwards and like, what's going on? Like, what is that like? How can you keep control of that? Ridiculous.
Yeah. There's a lot of issues with it.
That's the second thing, and then third, I'd say, I know. When you had classic teams, like classic. Yeah, I remember like classic 11, World 11, but you could obviously you couldn't really do it with clubs because it'd be hard to get the licensing for that. But it's like international teams like Italy 11, France 11, England 11.
But think about it with pro clubs to make money for FIFA because that's really realistic all they care about. Imagine if you could like for your pro clubs team, you could buy a legend or something.
Skins, yeah, exactly.
No, you buy a legend for your team, for your pro clubs team. So like you know how in Ultimate Team, you have a legend. You can buy a legend to play in your Ultimate Team. So you can buy Pele, or you can buy Zidane to play in your pro clubs team. And he'll have him as a non-pro.
Yeah, but you get people who sweat the game, and then someone will get Pele, and then you literally struggle the entire time. That's any issue. But yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, that's my third really. Go on, what else? What else can we talk about with FIFA? Then is there anything?
I think that's mainly it, isn't it? Really, I mean, we just know there's a lot of things that they need to change. I mean, there's a lot of good things about it, but
it'll be really interesting what they do after lockdown.
One more thing. Could they take anything from PES that could make the game more interesting? Because PES is more of a different game, isn't it?
PES is a lot more interactive.
Slow the pace of the game down for once. FIFA's miles too fast for real life football. There's no way real life football's not constantly end to end like it is in FIFA. It's too fast. They need to slow it down.
I think they do it to make it more like exciting and make it more like accessible for younger people probably. PES is more like a slow, methodical pace, you know.
There's not loads, but just slow it down a bit because like sometimes like you'll break play up because it's like. I just think it's too easy. Like, I also think as well that this year, I just think it's so easy to score goals on this year's FIFA.
You think?
Literally, yeah, I do. Literally,
it's not bad as some of the previous years.
Like, I don't know, but like I think
I don't really play. But the thing is, I don't really play against the computer anymore, so I wouldn't know. I only play online.
The computer's not too bad. It's just online. Like people.
What do you think?
I just think, like, literally, like, if you've got an OP player, they'll always pretty much, you know what I mean? It's like, even if you've got class defenders, they'll still score. So it's a bit like, just maybe balance it a bit. I think it just needs a little bit more balancing a bit because that's the main issue with it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got Dan James on the.
I have against Dan James.
Yeah, 86 rated Dan James is an absolutely filthy player. Honestly, if you put I know this is more of a technical term now. If you put a sniper chem style on him, tell you what, the absolute don. You can't stop him.
He's so annoying to play against. But yeah.
Fair enough.
Really
I think we'll probably end it there, guys. obviously regarding FIFA, obviously just tell us what you think can be improved.
What would you add? What would you add for the next year's FIFA? What would you change?
And what would be a perfect football game for you lot as well?
Yeah,
I'd love to make a football game in the future. I've got so many ideas for football games.
If EA, Konami, or Sports Interactive are listening to this, get all of us in. Actually, we'll all offer something.
So just tell us obviously what you think. And obviously, if there's anything we've missed out, or even in terms of general, like in the news, if you think there's any good news regarding football, obviously let us know.
Also, what your thoughts on the Newcastle stuff as well.
And also, guys, we fancy bringing different content. I'm not going to say what it is, but things are in the works at the moment.
Ethan's told us about this before we started, so
I've got some ideas.
Yeah, well, those ideas will probably be saved for the next episode. So
we don't know yet.
What he's told me, man, doesn't be that, mate. Who knows?
All right, so basically, obviously, we'll call it a day here. Obviously, I hope everyone just said at the start, just stay safe. Obviously, just keep yourself well, and hopefully we'll soon be able to start getting real football back, so we can start reporting on fixtures.
Yeah, Bundesliga's back.
Bundesliga's back. Could be back in 3 weeks.
Oh, we could review the Bundesliga when it comes back.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that.
Well, we could do other leagues as well. Obviously, if our leagues haven't started yet in this country, so obviously we'll keep an eye on that. So, yeah,
keeps everyone engaged, you know.
Okay.
So yes, obviously, hopefully, our English football will be back, and hopefully, maybe next few months we might be able to get back in the studio, so it's a bit more, obviously a bit better. But we'll have to wait.
Set up, yeah.
We'll have to wait and see. So anyway, we'll end it there. So it's goodbye from George.
Yeah, right. See you later.
Bye from Ethan.
See you guys.
And it's goodbye from me. And I hope you enjoyed the episode. And see you in the next one. Thank you.
Peace.
Had to wait a very long time.